Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is going to be my June roundup where I talk about all of my favourites, some fails and give you some updates on everything new that I tried throughout the month of June. So without further ado, let's get started. So I have a few non-makeup bits that I wanted to share with you this month because, like I always say, if there's something really good that you need to know about but it isn't makeup, I want to include it here to give you the heads up. I want to share the wealth, you know. There'll be no gatekeeping here, makeup or otherwise. So the first thing I want to talk about is this dress. You may have noticed me wearing the brown version of this dress. I already had to pick up the other colour because this is the ultimate bargain summer dress. So this I got from ASOS and it's by JDY. It's a maxi dress. It's so light. I love everything about this dress, hence why I had to go back and buy the second colour. I do prefer the brown to this navy colour. I think it's just a bit more casual and a bit more summery and I just think it suits my skin tone beautifully. But it's in the wash and I immediately, as soon as I was without it, I knew I needed another one. I almost thought I'll have to buy two of the same, but they do now have a navy option, so now I have one of each. It was £26. £26. So my expectations were low. I liked how it looked in the photos, but I thought at that price point, I bet in reality it's just not that nice. And then the reality was so much more beautiful and perfect than I was expecting it to be at that price point. It's so flattering, it's so light, it literally feels like I could be naked. That's right, in the nuddy. It's so light and airy and comfortable. There's nothing sort of cinching or like squeezing you anywhere. It literally feels like you're completely free as a bird. We're currently in the midst of football tournament season. So almost every weekend, at least one day, my son is spending a full day of football in a field somewhere sweltering and no shade, not a tree, not a pavilion to be found. We're just in the stark open jungle of football hell. It's been really hot some of these days, really humid, and then other days it's been really windy. And let me tell you, this is my go-to football tournament dress. It's maxi, there's nothing revealing about it. If the wind gusts unexpectedly, it's not showing everybody my knickers. Thank the Lord. And it's so light and comfortable and cool. It also is this material that, you know, if you screwed it up and it was as creased as could be, it wouldn't matter, it wouldn't show. You know, it's almost supposed to be that sort of wrinkled effect. The straps are fully adjustable, you tie them however you want, so you could have a lower neckline or you could have it higher. It's not low at the back, so you don't have to worry about it showing your bra. I've got a strapless bra on today, but if you wear a bra, this sort of strap and the bow and everything really does disguise it. It's just, I love everything about it. The length is perfect. I'm 5'8", so a lot of dresses can be a little short for me, especially if I'm wearing a wedge or something like that. But this, it literally stops right on top of my foot. The perfect, that's like if I was barefoot, the perfect height. I'm obsessed with it. I love everything about it. You're welcome. Next up, I want to talk about a couple of hair products, both from K18 that I tried this month. First up, their dry shampoo. This is their Airwash dry shampoo. I bought this months ago, I feel, but I've only just got round to properly trying it because I had a Living Proof, which is my former favourite, to use up, and then I started using this like the last few weeks. This is game changing. I don't understand what's going on in here because this is like, it is very different to any other dry shampoo I've ever tried before. So typically a dry shampoo, it's like spraying powder in your hair, isn't it? And typically you get that white powdery residue that you then like massage in. This is like spraying water on your hair. It's wet. I don't understand. My hair is freshly washed today, so I can't demonstrate this whatsoever in any kind of useful way. But let me describe the sensation, okay? This is, like I said, like spraying water, and I'm confused because when I first used it, I thought, oh dear, now my hair is wet. But then it wasn't. And the scent is gorgeous and it is so effective. The greasiness, those greasy roots, oily roots, gone. and it's somehow dry, even though when I sprayed it, it was wet. It's a confusing time, but it's miraculous. And I don't feel like I'm breathing in, you know, the fumes of all that powdery spray that you get from a typical dry shampoo. So I love this. This is my new favorite. You use very little as well, which again, with some of those aerosols, you feel like you're spraying like half the can in one go. I love everything about it. It's a little pricier than I would love it to be, but because you use a lot less, I'm expecting this to last a long time. So full marks from me. I also purchased the, why did that sound? I don't know. So shrill, I'm so sorry. I also purchased the K18 Damage Shield shampoo this month. I've been on a bit of a quest, if you will, with my shampoo. I'm not a former, I am a lover of Olaplex. Typically that's what I love. I love the shampoo and conditioner. I love the oil. I love the leave-in treatment. I love a lot of Olaplex products, but I've been trying to branch out. I know it's good for your hair to change up your shampoo and conditioner, and I've tried all different ones, and I keep on going back to Olaplex because it still is my favorite. One of the things I find unique about Olaplex is that you use the tiniest amount. When I'm talking about the shampoo specifically, I use about that much of the Olaplex. I massage it into my hands and it makes this thick lather that fully cleans my hair. I'm a double poo kind of girl, okay? I don't know if you knew that about me, but it is the truth. But with the Olaplex shampoo, although I still double poo because that's just the kind of girl I am, the second poo feels a bit unnecessary because I think the first, with that tiny amount, it's so rich, really cleans my hair. Whereas that's the stumbling block with a lot of these other shampoos I've tried. The Kerastase particularly was not a success. I had to use almost an entire palm of shampoo for both poos, first and second. So that I didn't love. This one is the closest it's come to the Olaplex as far as using the smallest amount to get my hair feeling fully clean with those two shampoos. It smells amazing and my hair feels incredible. So I'm really loving this. This is the closest I've got to the Olaplex. I think the Olaplex still might pip it as far as just, you know, how long it lasts and the value for money. But this is such a nice shampoo. I think as far as the ingredients, this is probably superior. So really good. It's 250 mils as well, so it is expensive, but this is, you know, quite a large bottle, which I appreciate. Next up, I've got a couple of fragrances. Let's start off with one of the ones that you will be more familiar with me talking about, because this is Fragrance du Bois Tropiques. I spoke about this in my summer favorites video. This is basically the only fragrance I've worn for the month that I have owned it. I fear this is the ultimate summer fragrance. I can't breathe. It went in my mouth. My advice is don't spray it, or any fragrance, not just this one, while talking. That was a bad idea, but you know, we live and we learn. So this is best described, in my opinion, as a tropical, fruity, musky treat, okay? It's the ultimate summer fragrance, as I already said. Stop repeating yourself. It opens citrusy and tropical fruitily. Then you get this stunning dry down that is musky and a little sweet, but in a sophisticated grown-up way, not in a sickly, cloying, gourmand 15-year-old way, in a grown-up, adult, sexy, sensual kind of way, you know? That little hint of caramel in the dry down that never becomes too sweet or dominating just really sells it for me. It's sexy, it's warm, it's sunny, it's tropical, it's fruity without becoming sun creamy. It's one of the only perfect summer tropical scents that I've ever smelt that doesn't rely on coconut. There's no coconut in here, so if you're not a coconut girl, then this is stunning. It's delightful. It's probably my all-time favorite summer appropriate fragrance. You can't go wrong. And the bottle, I mean, speaks for itself. Next up, I want to talk about one of my biggest disappointments of the year so far when it comes to fragrance. And this is Maison Francis Coup de Jean's Kurky. Oh, This is so upsetting. It's so disappointing. And I'll explain why. I was given a sample of this. I went into Harrods Beauty to get a new Baccarat Rouge extract, the mini, for my holiday. They had the Kurky fragrance in there and I tried it on my wrist and I loved it. But they gave me this sample and I thought, I don't want to purchase 2 fragrances today, so I'll use this sample while I'm on holiday, think about whether I want the full bottle. And oh, this breaks my heart. It's so infuriating because it smells incredible. The notes in here, raspberry and peach in the opening, gummy candy and fruity notes in the middle, and then a musky vanilla dry down. Oh, even smelling it now, I feel so sad. And the reason for my sadness is it smells incredible. The dry down of this, there's something so comforting. And I feel like this is a weird thing to say, okay, but this is the thought that pops into my head with this fragrance. It smells like a mum, but in a gorgeous, modern, youthful way. Does that make any sense? This is the fragrance that I would love to be like my signature fragrance because my children would love this. It's very comforting and cozy, but in a sort of, like I said, a modern way, not in a mumsy, frumpy old lady way, but in a cozy, like cuddle way that is like, there's something very mummy about it. I don't know what it is. That's the weirdest description ever. But it's stunning, gorgeous. So why are you so disappointed, Charlotte? I hear your confusion. It's gone in 10 seconds flat, okay? You can't smell it, no one can smell it. After about 10 minutes, even if you really get it, already I can barely smell this, okay? I sprayed it moments ago, what's going on? And sometimes this phenomenon can be down to a decant. Sometimes you get a decant and you love the fragrance, but you find that the performance is just not happening. The longevity, the protection is rubbish. But when you read the reviews, that's not in line with what the reviews are saying. The performance is better. Sometimes that can be the curse of a decant because you're just not spraying enough to get the performance that you would with a full bottle. This is a proper good sample and I've tried soaking myself in it. And unfortunately, I have also read a lot of reviews, seen a lot of reviews on this fragrance and everyone says the same thing. The performance is abysmal and it's a very expensive fragrance. So it really doesn't matter how incredible it smells if 5 seconds later, no one, not even yourself, can smell it. It's so disappointing because I think the notes and the actual fragrance itself is stunning, but what is the point if no one gets to smell it? So that was very, very sad. Now, next up, I want to talk about a nail varnish that I've been obsessed with. I don't have the bottle, so we're just going to talk about it, but luckily I do actually have it on my nails today. So this is Essie's Rev It Up. I never know how to show you my nails. This feels like I'm newly engaged showing you my ring, but I don't know what to do with my hand. As you can see, it is a hot yellow, which isn't typically my thing when it comes to nail varnish, I'll say that. But this is the best yellow nail varnish I've ever used. I think this was like barely 2 coats. I was flabbergasted, okay? I don't mind telling you that. We're all friends here. The first time I used this and I applied the first coat, I was shook to my core at how opaque and yellow it was. Typically I find yellows a bit like whites, that you have to do 46 coats and it's still somewhat patchy or streaky. This is like almost fully opaque with 1 coat. So good, such a bright yellow, lasted so long. I mean, my nails have almost grown out. I've had this colour on so long and it's still gorgeous and perfect. I do have the Essie top coat on, but really amazing yellow. So a bit scary and loud for me, but credit where credit's due. This is a phenomenal yellow. Next up, let's talk about this Pat McGrath setting spray. This is the Glass 001 setting spray. I have done a full review and demo on this. If you want to see it in action and see the effect and how it wears and all of that, I have already reviewed this. This, to me, I'm gonna use the words, okay, is a game changer. This is a game changer for me and for anyone who loves glowy makeup. Today, I didn't use a lot of matte makeup, but when I'd finished my makeup, I wasn't as overall glowy as I'd love to be on a daily basis. And I just gave this a light spray, light little mist, and now I'm beautifully glowy as I want to be. And it's just the ability to do that in 2 seconds, you know, without having to change my makeup or add highlighter. I just can literally, and I'm 3 times as glowy, is a delight and amazing. I'm loving it so much. It's got a lovely airy light mist. You only need a small amount. In my review, I did show you it. You know, if you do 3 layers and really soak yourself, you can be, you know, like a full glass Barbie doll. Or you can just use this lightly like I did today, and it's just going to slightly add a bit of glow to the skin. And that is what I would use this for on a daily basis. It's just amazing. If I ever feel like I look a bit powdery or a little just not as glowy as I'd love, 2 seconds and now I am. It's amazing. I love it so much. It's so much better than I expected it to be. It was not on my bingo card for 2025, but I love it. Next, let's talk about Lisa Eldridge's Desert Gleam. This is the eyeshadow palette that I'm wearing today, and I am head over heels for this little palette. It's so versatile. Today I just used the pretty much, actually I think I used all 3 mattes in the end, like in my crease, and then just this middle shimmer, which is so stunning. I have already reviewed this and shown all the swatches and comparison things like that on my channel, but oh, I'm just loving it so much. I've used this a lot. I find it quite versatile because you can go with as much green or use this sort of more vibrant shade as you like, or you can really keep very neutral and soft if you like. So I find it quite versatile. It's quite a unique little colour story. Lisa's formulas are incredible. I've used this non-stop since I reviewed it, since it arrived, and I have no regrets. I love it so much. And also, quick note, I hope Samantha won't mind, that's the winner of my giveaway that I did with the extra double gleam and lipstick that I received from Lisa after I'd already purchased them. The amazing Samantha, who is all the way in Australia, by the way, so don't think you can't win my giveaways because you don't live in the UK. She was in Australia. She's already received her prize. And she let me know that she sort of, when she found out she'd won, she was a bit scared because the colour palette is right out of her comfort zone. It's not something she typically use, and then it arrived and she's used it and she's completely converted, because that's what Lisa does. She gives us colours and colour stories that you think are too scary or not wearable, and then you use them and you realise they're the most wearable, easy to work with, easy to wear colours you've ever found. Somehow it's miraculous. I also picked up shade 187 of the lipsticks, the new Lipstick Rouge Experience shades that she released, and then Lisa sent me shade 188. And again, this is one of those lipsticks that I didn't purchase because I thought it's not for me, it's too of that sort of browny red that isn't one of my favourite colours. And again, I wore it and absolutely love it. 187 is definitely my favourite. It's that sort of 90s, almost sort of cooler toned or neutral nude, a little bit richer, so beautiful, so wearable. I find some of those really cool tones a bit unwearable for me, especially in summer. It's not sort of the weather for it a lot of the time, but this shade is just so easygoing and wearable while still being a little unique with that neutral like 90s undertone. Absolutely love both of them. Next up, let's talk about this Prada glowing lip color. This is a sort of balmy oil. I'm wearing it today in the shade UO19. I have kind of mixed feelings about this because I think it feels lovely on the lips, very light, it's very natural, it's got that sort of balmy, oily feeling to it. Quite sheer, very easy handbag kind of lipstick for every day. Feels lovely and nourishing on the lips, very, very light. I love Prada packaging, but I just feel like it's not that exciting. It's not that special. It is quite soft and subtle. So while I like it, it's not something that I feel you know, are missing out on if you don't have it. It's not something that's really unique or really special that you really need to go and get. It's just okay, and I think this is like the most exciting shade as well. Some of the other shades are even more subtle than this one and barely show, and while they feel nice and they give you like a touch of colour, I think there are better products that do that better in that sort of category. The Lisa Eldridge Balm Embraces give you a little bit more colour, and they just have more substance to them, so I think they wear much better. The Prada is sort of disappearing off my lips quite quickly. I think the Hermes balms are better than those. There's a lot of those. The Dior Addicts, certainly way better than this and more exciting, give you a bit more colour and give you a bit more choice in the colours. So I like it, but it's not something like you must try. But speaking of something that you must try, let's talk about this new cream bronzer from Fara Homidi. This I caught wind of when my beautiful friend Tanya was talking about this. She has done like a review and a demo of this bronzer, but I saw her using it or wearing it and talking about it on her Instagram stories, and I was like immediately, oh, where do I get this from? Give me one. Wait, I realised I've lied to you because I called this a cream bronzer, but when I just looked up the information, actually it says it's a bronzing powder with a cream-like feel, which is exactly accurate, because I genuinely thought this was a cream, and I'm feeling it now, and it's so silky, and the way it glides onto the skin, it literally does feel like the least sticky, like cream, but with a light velvety texture that I've ever felt in all of my makeup trying days. And it applies like a cream as well. I actually used a sort of buffing brush to apply this today, and it applied beautifully. It's so seamless. It has this stunning sort of luminosity to it, but no shimmer, no sparkle, no glitter. It's literally just a little bit of glow to the finish. It's so natural and seamless. The packaging is absolutely stunning, so heavy and luxurious, and it came in this gorgeous box. By the way, I ordered mine from her website and it came quite quickly in a few days. This is the box it came in, very luxuriously presented and well packaged. This is my first purchase from the brand, and it won't be the last. This is also refillable. I'll give you the close up there, and you can see it's got that stunning mirror with Fara's name on. The embossing that I've slightly ruined now, but you can see that refillable little edge there. It's truly luxurious and gorgeous. I picked up the shade Lumen, and it's just perfect. It's a more neutral bronzer, so natural. I'm wearing it today. It's gorgeous. I'm absolutely loving it. Definitely in the running to become my new favourite. I need to use it a bit more and go back and forth with my Dior, but that is a stunning bronzer, really unique. Definitely worth trying, although it is a pricey little number, but I found like the shipping and everything excellent to the UK, so well worth a try if you're looking for a cream bronzer, but one that you can apply like a powder and is in fact a powder, but it feels like a cream. I'm so confused. While we're on the topic of creams, let's talk about these Charlotte Tilbury cream blush sticks. I love these. Again, have already reviewed these on my channel, but I have now used them a little bit more than I had in that sort of first impressions video. I picked up two shades, Rosy Glow and Peachy Glow. Rosy Glow, I'm not going to lie to you, I haven't used it since my review. It's pink, okay, what do you want? But the Peachy Glow, I'm almost using on like a daily basis, okay? And that for me, this type of product, like a cream blush, particularly a stick one, very rare for it to make it into my regular rotation of blushes because it's just not my preference for a formula. These are excellent, okay? I don't love the packaging. It's a little sort of younger and funner than I am, some would say. But the product is excellent. I've already said I prefer these to the Dior. They have more pigmentation, they're easier to work with, and they're much less sticky. And yet they almost sort of dry down, like they don't set and lose their glow, but they don't remain wet and sticky on the skin, yet they look so glossy and glassy. It's everything I could possibly want from a cream blush. Perfect for summer, and I have put in my request to Charlotte Tilbury, because the one negative about these for me at the moment, other than the slightly less luxurious heavyweight packaging, is the colour range isn't that there are not enough. I want neutrals, I want like a coral, I want a whole plethora is what I'm begging for, because these are so good. We need like more options that aren't just pink, okay? I'm begging you. They are amazing. Next up, Nars sent me some products from their Hot Escape collection. First up, this palette. By the way, I am plotting a new makeup and movies video. I need to use this on camera. I've got the Lancome skin tint is on its way to me. I've got quite a few products I haven't used on camera yet that I must. I'm letting you down. So yes, there will be a video and I will feature as many products that I haven't shown you on camera being applied yet as possible. This little palette has a bronzer, 2 blushes and a highlighter, and you know what? This highlighter is one of the new singles that we don't have available in the UK yet. I was talking about this in my Will I Buy It. Those highlighters, the new highlighters from Nars, are not yet available in the UK, but they are featured in these palettes. In this one, which is the Hot Escape Cheek Palette 2, we have the shade Electra. So that is one of the permanent highlighters, and you can see there it is rather beaming. I'm wearing the more glowy blush. There's like a more matte blush and then a more glowy sort of duochrome blush, and then a bronzer, which is Laguna 03. So if you're familiar with their Laguna bronzers, this features number 3. So it is here. This is the blush I'm wearing today, and it's stunning. This whole palette is so lovely. The blush is gorgeous, very summer friendly. The highlighter is a little beaming for my typical preference, but you can use it quite lightly and the shade is perfect. I do like Laguna bronzer, but these blushes are stunning and this overall palette is so lovely. I love this packaging. It's really fun. Reminds me of a deck chair, you know, maybe at Blackpool, if that's your thing. Love all that sort of fun summery packaging. Really nice sort of go-to everyday cheek palette. You can also use on eyes as well, and it'll just give you a gorgeous summer look. Really love that. I don't love as much the glosses from this collection. They are, let me show you. So I have 2 shades, Laguna and Orgasm. Of course, that had to be in there. They have a lovely silky feel, but they don't have a lot of colour to them, and they do have quite a bit of sparkle in them. So you'll see the Laguna shade sort of has more pigment to it, so you can see the colour of that one a bit more. I just don't really love either of the colours of these, but I do love that packaging, and they feel lovely and silky on the lips, but they're not, again, for me, they aren't sort of a standout run out and buy them. So you have Laguna and Orgasm. You see, they're just not particularly exciting. They also sent me some of their eyeshadow sticks, which I've been really enjoying. They sent me 4, but my daughter has made off with one. I recently used the lightest shade of these on my daughter and she absolutely loved it. You know, she's just sort of learning how to use makeup and she found it so easy to use. You just scribble on the eye, tap it in a little and you're good to go. And they're such pretty shades. I have Mind Games, Hustle and Living Sin. Mind Games, Hustle and Living Sin are the 3 shades I have here. Really easy to use. They don't crease throughout the day. You know, they're even easy enough for an 11-year-old to use very, very easily, and nice and subtle but pretty. Really, really easy to use. You guys know I'm not an eyeshadow stick kind of person. I just love and prefer using palettes and doing a whole look with my eyeshadow day to day, but both my mum and, like I said, my daughter and my sister love these because they're just so easy. So if you want something quick and easy and you don't want to need brushes, you're on the go or you're traveling, these are so good. They lasted really well, they look really pretty, and they are completely idiot proof. Next up, Armani sent me one of their new Prisma Glass Icy Plumpers. This is shade 36. I'm not quite sure what to make of this. This is like the strangest finish. It's very sparkly and it looks almost metallic on the lips. It also has, it is a plumping product, so it goes down the cooling route as opposed to the burning hot fire. It's more of a cooling menthol feeling, very strong scent as well. You have been warned. Now I would say this is towards the more stronger feeling plumping effects. It's not like the most brutal, like in line with the Fenty Heat or the Charlotte Tilbury Plumpgasms that are like wowie a woo-wah. These are like a step down from that, but you will notice it. Also, some of these plumping lip products, they make anyone else's jaw ache. This does that to me. Some of these, that's quite a common thing that I feel like when I apply these, it makes my jaw go do you know what I mean? I doubt it, but if you do, this does that. I don't love the shade, it looks a little odd. I do love the packaging though. She is very beautiful, perfectly on theme for that icy name. What's wrong with me today? It's Friday, okay? Give me a break. So there is that shade there. Do you see what I mean? It's like a sort of metallic finish, which is not my favorite for the lips, but the color is nice. Lots of visible glitters in there as well, just not really my thing. These plumpers, I don't love the feeling, so in order for me to love it, it has to be like a wow factor, color, amount of pigment to make me want to use them, because I'm a wimp, so count me out. And finally, let's talk about these Prada highlighters. This is shade 1 and it's the highlighter I'm wearing today. And I made some mistakes today when I was getting ready. I applied, for some reason, I think because I thought this was a cream bronzer, I applied it before my concealer. And then I forgot to apply concealer. So I had like full face of foundation with nothing under my eyes. And then I did bronzer and it was a whole mess, okay? That's frankly what happened. I blame the fact I was trying to watch Love Island on my phone while I was getting ready and it threw me off, to be honest. So I had already applied the Prada highlighter and then I went in with liquid concealer, which could have been a terrifying experience, but it was all absolutely fine. I think I'm quite close to declaring this formula my new holy grail highlighter. I love all 3 shades. I did do a full highlighter breakdown with this, showing the 3 shades that I own, along with all of the other luxury highlighters that have released so far in 2025. And this is my number 1, okay? Spoiler alert if you haven't seen that video. So sorry about that, but you have to keep up, okay? I love pretty much everything about this. I love the packaging. I love the shades. I can use all 3. The pinky shade, I think shade 2, is slightly more subtle than 1 and 3. 3 I can use. It's a hair darker than I'd love it to be on my sort of in-between skin tone right now, but I can use it and wear it as a highlighter and it's stunning. This I think is my favorite, the one I have on today. I think it's just the most natural of the 3 shades on me currently, but I think the pink probably will be in the winter. I love almost everything about this. They're so smooth, completely glitter, shimmer, sparkle free. It's just somehow luminous. It's the silkiest, smoothest highlighter I've ever seen. So flawless, melts so easily into the skin, yet it's not like barely there. You get a good amount of glow, but you get no sparkle, no emphasis of texture, no shimmer at all. It's remarkable. The one negative, as I mentioned in my review, is that the refill system is not good enough, certainly not at this price point. The Americans are paying way more than we are here for some reason. Hopefully they don't work that out anytime soon and put the prices up here, because I feel like mistakes have been made. It's like way cheaper here than in the US and other countries also. The refill system is awful. I was searching for the word there. Basically, the refill, if you just buy a refill, you get this tiny little peel off sticker on the refill part that is then makes a sticky patch, but it's only small. So then you press that in here. So let me show you, this is one of the refills. This on the back, this sticker peels off and underneath that is sticky. So I haven't done that because I purchased 2 refill shades and 1 in the component. And I want to be able to pop them in and out depending on which I'm wanting to use at the moment, which is what I expected to be able to do because I thought they'd be magnetic, but they're not. They want you to sort of stick it down, which is really annoying. And if I'd known that, I would have just bought 3 compacts. And now you can't buy the compacts on their own, which is so irritating. And I feel like at this price point, it should be magnetic and it should be a more luxury experience. Okay, I've got an example. The Gucci powders. This is the bronzing powder. So I purchased a shade of the bronzer in the compact, and then I bought a refill of a different shade, and it comes like this. You can store it nicely and it's protected in here and it's nice and safe, and you pop it in there and you can store that in your drawer, and that refill will be safe and sound, and you can, you know, swap them in and out. Or you could even just use it in here if you don't care about the compact, or you just want something that's smaller to store. Whereas this, it's just really unsafe. It's in this very flimsy, very light cardboard like shipping box. It isn't, you know, luxurious whatsoever, and there's just nothing protecting it. And because it has these sort of flaps, when you're trying to get the highlighter in and out of that box, I nicked mine. I think it was this one actually. Yeah, you can see there while I sort of like, it got nicked on the edge of that cardboard box when I was taking it in and out. That is just not good enough at this price point. So that is the major negative. If you're US based, the price point is also a like bonkers amount. Here it's a much more sort of standard luxury brand highlighter price. In the US it's like an insane price point. And if you're paying like, what is it, $70 or something for a refill, and then it turns up in this atrocity of a piece of paper, I think you'd be rather cross. So that's the one rather glaring negative. But the product itself is outstanding. But there you have it. That is everything that I have to share with you for the month of June. Please let me know what you tried new in the month of June. Did you try any of these products? How did you get along? Let us know what your June beauty roundup was in the comment section down below. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.